Okay, so this is a video on order of operations. I'm sure you've all seen on social media these kind of puzzles, if we can call them that, where you've got some kind of symbol and some numbers associated with it, and you're meant to be able to look at it and say, oh, okay, I can see that cat plus cat plus cat is 30, so each cat must equal 10. So that's 10, and that's 10. And then you get here and you say dog plus dog plus dog equals 12, rightio. That means each dog is 4. And then you get down to here and people go and comment and they have to say what this is equal to. And half the people get it wrong on the basis of having forgotten their Year 7 maths, and that's pretty sad. You've got 4 here, you've got 10 here, and you've got 10 here. So what's the answer? 104. Why is the answer 104 and not what some people will say, which is 4 times 10 is 14, times by 10, 140. Why is it 104 and not 140? Well, it's because you have to do this bit first if you're doing your maths properly. The rest of this question is actually about algebra. We'll talk about that later. So, how do we know what to do first and what to do second? Maths actually introduces a standard format, and there's a mnemonic or two around the place that you'll see that tell you how to do it. I have seen BODMAS, I've seen GIDMAS, and GIDMAS is the one I prefer as ways of describing what's to be done first. So BODMAS represents brackets and then I think maybe order of maybe division, multiplication, addition, and subtraction. Now, a word along the way here. Addition and subtraction are really kind of two versions of the same thing, and the same goes for division and multiplication. So the order within those two, not that important sometimes. The order within these two, not that important sometimes, but if we just stick with the order, we'll be okay. So why do I prefer this second one, grouping? GIDMAS is grouping indices. The same division, multiplication, addition, subtraction. I prefer GIDMAS. And the reason I prefer GIDMAS is, one is that it puts the indices in, which we haven't seen there, you know, to the power of 2, to the power of 3, those kind of things, or squared and cubed. But the other reason is that grouping here, well, it turns out that brackets are not the only way of grouping something together. For instance, the top of a fraction and the bottom of the fraction are groups. And so I think grouping symbols is a better way of describing it, and that covers all sorts of different things. So this is our general guideline of what we're doing when we're trying to decide what order things should happen in. So if I have something like 2 times by 3 plus 4, what's that equal to? Well, I do the times by first. 2 times 3 is 6. That bit's 6. Plus 4 is 10. On the other hand, if I had 2 plus 3 times by 4, I should be looking at this and saying, I have to do the 3 times the 4 first, because that comes first in the order before addition. So multiplication comes before addition. I do 12 and then add 2, and that gives me 14. This same process goes throughout all of the questions that we do where multiple different parts are involved. And right to the end of maths, every time you're doing maths forever, these rules apply. And it's all about making sure that we all understand the same thing. So if I have 3 plus 2, and that bit's in brackets, times by 4 minus 1. What do I do first? The brackets, the grouping symbols. So that bit's 5. What do I do next? The multiplication. 5 times 4 is 20, so I have 20 minus 1, which is 19. So the order that we do things in is determined by this system. You start at the top and work your way down. I generally describe it as GIDMAS. There are others. You need to practice this. You need to get it in your head. Without it, you'll get your questions wrong on social media.